Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You know, hard times don't build character, they reveal it. And that's something that you could see in a bumper sticker or, I guess, on a poster. You know, some of the character that's being revealed in our fellow citizens during this pandemic is really of sterling stuff. It's pretty amazing. One woman said she goes around visiting her friends, and she'll call them before she arrives at the house, and then she pulls up to the house and she stays in the car in their driveway. She honks, and then they come out onto their porch, and then they talk to each other, one on the porch, one in the car. And then she goes on to her other friends to spend a few moments just to touch base. Or there are those gentlemen who meet every Thursday, or did meet every Thursday in a restaurant, and now they know the wait staff has been, unemployed for a while now. And so these men took up a little offering among themselves to give to the wait staff. And then there are many variations, many stories of people within church, like the church musician who decided to play some good old hymns on the organ, and had parishioners join him online, and the people sang their hymns as they listened to his music online, through their personal computers. Amazing grace indeed. It abounds in so many ways. But then there's this reported, both on CNN and Fox Network News, that gun sales now are surging as the coronavirus pandemic spreads. It's a phenomenon that's being echoed in headlines across the country. Ammo.com bills itself as the number one source for discount ammo online. And the company told both news networks that their sales are just surging tremendously, especially ammo for the 40 caliber Smith & Wesson handguns. It's risen 645% in sales since January of this year. The National Crime Information Center says that the number of background checks processed just this past March, on March 16th specifically, was 300% higher this March 16th than the March 16th back in 2019. Larry Hyatt, the gun store owner, told the Charlotte Observer that it's all about self-protection. And, what can I do to protect my family? What can I do if I'm in a fight at the grocery store? A firearm, he says, makes the weak strong. And I'm thinking, wait a moment. A fight that leads to you pulling out your handgun in the grocery store? I mean, where do you do your shopping, Larry? I mean, that's what I'm asking. And a spokesman for ammo.com said, when everything around you is uncertain, having a supply of ammunition can make our customers feel safer. Safe from what? A mysterious, contagious, and potentially deadly virus? A sales associate at the Bullseye Tactical Supply in Woodbridge, New Jersey, it's a gun and ammo store, said everyone wants to have protection in case something happens. In case something happens. I wanted to ask him, do you care to be more specific about what's going to happen that people need all this ammunition? And he did say, he continued to say, there's just an overall feeling of feeling stranded, of being stranded, and then of having to be isolated to protect your home, you know. And if God forbid, you know, supplies become limited and people start looting, you need something to protect yourself. Okay. So there it is. The enemy turns out not to be invisible at all. Our enemy may be as visible as the family down the street that runs out of toilet paper and is turned into a marauding band of individuals, you know, coming after you for your Charmin toilet paper. If supplies run out, I guess it turns out that our enemy is going to be each other. Gun store owner Chris Idle told the Winston-Salem Journal, people are buying stuff strictly to protect their homes. And Michael Timlin, owner and operator of Smoke and Gun Shop, I guess you get your smokes and you get, you know, you pack some heat as well. It's the same store, but anyway, that gun shop owner in Mount Vernon, New York, said that when the vicious coronavirus comes knocking at your door, you're getting a gun. I think, no, Mike, I'm not. I'm not getting a gun. To be honest, that thought would never even enter my mind. I mean, even thinking about that sentence, it just sounds weird. You know, this is not about guns. It's not about the Second Amendment, which I have to keep reminding Christians is not one of the 10 Commandments. This is not about the government conniving to, you know, take away people's firearms. There's always that conspiracy out there. Of course, not with our present person in office, our present president. But the government's out there to take away your firearms, and no matter what, Wayne LaPierre, the CEO of the NRA, says, you know what, you just got to protect your rights. But what I'm talking about is deeper than all of that. It just is. This is a spiritual issue. This is about a fundamental cleavage that is unfolded within the soul of America. This is about, after a month of shelter in place and people being cut off from human contact, and some people are thinking of others and devising ways to get food and toiletries to those in need, while others are stocking up in ammo. This is about how some people not only worry about wait staff at restaurants who are now without a job, but also worry about the grocery store cashiers who are in constant contact with the public. And then there are other people all about pulling up the drawbridge and preparing to defend themselves against the rampaging hordes that are certain to come when and if the economy collapses. I don't want to live that way. You know, I'm not talking about the average gun owner, okay? Own all the guns you want, legally, of course, with proper background checks. God bless you. I mean, I had my dad's shotgun and rifle. I mean, they haven't been shot in over 60 years, but I got them. What I'm talking about is that heat-packing kind of mindset that addresses a fear that's not even based in reality. People are dying. People are running out of food. People are lonely. Our neighbor needs help. That's reality. I'm not sure going out to stock up on more guns and ammunition, because marauding hordes may be heading your way, is embracing the greatest commandment of loving God with all of your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and loving your neighbor as yourself. I mean, that's what we Christ followers are called to do. So, which do we value more in a time of need? The commandment or the amendment? I guess by how we live our life. And each of us have to make the choice. And I know some people are saying, well, Pastor Steve, I'm not going to get down on my knees if someone's breaking into my house, you know. I'll introduce them to my 22 or whatever you have. I'm not naive. I'm just saying that there seems to be a fundamental cleavage in the heart and soul of America over this issue. Does this pandemic warrant the explosion in ammo and gun sales? And what does such an increase in sales say about us and the soul of our society? Just asking. We live in a world where the gun shops are essential, but the church is not deemed essential. More than ever, we need to be finding ways to come together and helping each other. We've been in this situation now, roughly for a month or so. And already people are talking about their fellow citizens and neighbors as if they might be potential threats to their life and property. We'll get through this, but not by adopting a mentality that pits me and mine against you and yours. Not by arming ourselves against each other. I don't see that as the way through this. We'll get through this by looking out for each other, loving our neighbors and strangers that are in our midst. I mean, that's our faith tradition. And our faith requires that of us if we're going to follow our Lord. And we're to reach out to each other, albeit at a safe distance of 6 feet, of course. And, even if more barriers come our way, we will figure this out if we embrace that commandment to love God and to love our neighbor as ourselves. We'll figure this out. Because that, as Christ followers, is what we do. That is who we are. Please take care of yourselves. I understand fear makes us do a lot of things. I'll be keeping you in my prayers. But when we have Christ in our heart, we keep that fear in perspective. Love you guys. Please take care. Let God's peace fill you and direct you and guide you.